Eighth grade battle here between OSP 21 Jumpshot and Nova Village. It is Jeremy Scott here as a referee makes his television debut, and we are underway with this game. And it's controlled and out of bounds it goes, and who's it going to go to? It looks like it will go to Nova Village. So Nova Village gets this ball after OSP technically controlled that jump shot. It is Jeremy Scott here alongside Kayla Cazell running the camera. Nova in the paint. They lose it. That is Sophie who has it. And taken back by Nova. There's a shot that's up, and that is good. Riley for two makes it a 2-0 Nova game. They strike first. OSP back on offense. There's a shot. That is up, and that is good. So Caitlin for OSP responds, and it's 2-2. Over to Nevaeh, and then it goes out of bounds. They're going to say that's off of OSP. And I think they're going to say that Selena knocked that one out of bounds. And so Nova back on offense. That's Myers. Pulls up for two. No good. And it's pulled down by Selena. So OSP back on offense here. And that's Becca. Becca over to Selena. Selena kicks it over to Caitlin. Caitlin pulls up, puts it up, in there. Caitlin has all four of the OSP points. It is 4-2. And that's done. Stolen away by OSP. That's Sophie. Out of bounds it goes. And OSP on offense. Timeout on the floor. Very early timeout. 12:07 left to go here in the first half, but timeout called. OSP leads Nova Village 4-2. And inbounds it comes, and then out of bounds it goes.
Set the screen.
As OSP on offense will inbound it. And that's underneath, and that's taken away by Nova. That is Dunn on the steal. Dunn pushing the ball down the floor. She'll bounce it over to Rankin. Rankin on the drive, Rankin on the shot. Rankin good. It is 4-4. That's Nevaeh, and she loses it out of bounds, and that's going to go back to Nova. Nope. That was off. Sorry, that was off of Nova, so OSP will keep it. The look on her face made it look like she had lost it out of bounds, like she was frustrated with herself. As there's a three-point look, that's up, that's no good, and that's taken down by Selena. Over to Caitlin. Caitlin is fouled. And that's the first on Nova Village. And so Caitlin will be going to the free throw line. And she will be attempting two.
Ava and Morgan, you're going to have to run the one. Both of you stay together.
Caitlin's first shot is up, and it rims out, no good. 3 in, 3 out here for OSP. 12, 14, and 24. Deja, Ava, and Morgan in. And 3 out as well. 4 out for OSP. So all but the shooter. Nope. 3 in, 3 out. I was correct. There was a confusion on the OSP sideline. There's the second shot for Caitlin. That one does fall. Caitlin, by the way, has all 5 of the OSP points. They lead at 5-4. And there's a foul. That's a foul on OSP. And inbounds it comes. That's Sophie. That's Dunn. Looking at the wrong roster. That's Dunn. Bounces it over to Riley. Into the short corner it comes. That's Bradley. And back to Nwoke. And stolen away. Stolen away by OSP. That's a steal by Deja. Gets it ahead to Ava. Into the corner comes. Into the low post. There's a shot that's up and no good for Caitlin. And it's pulled down by Nova. Dunn on the rebound. Dunn pushing the ball down the floor. Dunn on the drive. Dunn's going to pull it out. Dunn gets a pick from Rankin. Rankin ends up with it. She'll take the shot, and that shot's no good. And there's Morgan who gets it. Morgan pushing the ball down the floor for OSP. Bounces it over. That's to Nevaeh. And then Nevaeh gives it up, and then it's stolen back by Bradley. Bradley's got it for Nova. Nova pushing it down, and Bradley's going to pull up with it, and she's going to give it off. Outside for Dunn. No good for 3. And scramble with that loose ball. Who's going to end up with it? That is Dunn who ends up with it. Dunn gets it back. Dunn puts it back up, and Dunn gets fouled. So Dunn, will go to the free throw line, and she will attempt a pair here. As Becca is going to check into the game for OSP. As Dunn step up to the free throw line. First shot is up, and no good. Becca in for OSP. For Nova, it will be Myers. And sitting for OSP will be Caitlin. And sitting for Nova will be Nwoke. Also, well, nope, that's it. Dunn back at the line. Second free throw, banks in, it's good. 5-5 is the score. That is Clark giving it up, and that's stolen away. Stolen back by Nova. That is Myers. On the other end, that is Dunn. Bouncing it back outside to Myers. Myers puts up a shot. That's no good. And it's pulled down by OSP. That's Morgan. Morgan almost losing it. Instead, she finds Deja. Deja with a shot. That's up in. That is in there. It is 7-5. OSP breaks the tie. And on the other end, Myers. Myers turns around, takes the shot, air ball, and out of bounds, and it's going to go back to OSP. And there's a foul. Hitting the deck pretty hard is Nevaeh. And so OSP will inbound this ball. That will be Morgan. Taking the shot. That's no good, and rebounded by Nova. Ezram bringing the ball down the floor. Ezram passing it over to Riley. Riley. Some fancy dribble work there. Puts up the shot. That is going to be an air ball, and out of bounds it goes, and it's going to go back to Ohio Sports Plus. So OSP with that 7-5 advantage. He's going to get the ball back with 8:41 to play here in the opening half. And that's Becca. Gives it off to Morgan. Morgan on the drive, Morgan on the shot, no good. There to clean it up and put it back up and in. That's Deja. She's got 4. The score 9-5. OSP leading Nova. And up ahead and out of bounds it goes. It's going to come back to OSP because of that errant pass. And OSP has a chance to extend this 4-point advantage. And there's a collision, and they're going to get a travel. They're going to say no foul. It's a travel on OSP. So it's going to go back to Nova. With Dunn calling out the plays here for Nova. Dunn passing it over to Myers, and it's taken back by OSP. And it's actually going to remain at this end. It'll be Nova's ball yet again. And inbounding will be Riley. Riley gets it in, and then it's swatted away, taken back by OSP. OSP's got it, pushing the ball down the floor. That is number 15, Selena. Over comes to Deja. Deja with a fake, up and no good. Deja gets her own board, then loses it, and it's back to, well, I was going to say it's back to Nova, but it went out of bounds. Who are they going to say that went off of? I do believe they're going to say that went off of OSP, and so Nova will indeed end up with this ball. So, Dunn playing the point here. Her team trailing 9-5. Gets it over to Riley. Riley will pull up for a shot. That's up. That's no good. They scramble for that loose ball, and Riley ends up with it. Offensive rebound for Nova. Riley into the paint. Riley is going to have that ball swatted away from her, but they're going to say that was a foul on OSP. Non-shooting foul, so Nova will be taking this one out of bounds. As checking into the ball game for OSP, checking in for Nova, will be Rankin, and sitting will be Riley. Rankin inbounds and ends up in the hands of Dunn. Dunn spins, almost loses it, gets it back, gives it off to Riley. There's a shot, that is up, and that is no good, and that's rebounded by Sophie. So Sophie's got it for OSP. And she'll get it up ahead to Ava. Ava passing underneath to Deja. Nobody there but Asia, and she's not able to convert on the lay-in. And out of bounds it goes, and it will remain OSP ball. But boy, Deja really had a clean shot at that basket. She wasn't able to put it back up and in. And out of bounds it goes. And it will be inbounded by Sophie. Underneath, that's a shot that's up, and that is in there. That is Selena for 2. 11-5, the score. As Dunn drives it, puts it up, is fouled. And that is a foul on Selena. And it will be Dunn stepping up to the free throw line. She's 1 for 2 there so far today. First shot is up, and it's in there for Dunn. 11-6 is the score. Second shot is up, and that one doesn't fall for Dunn either. And it's pulled down by OSP. Up ahead is Sophie. Sophie's got it. Sophie on the drive. Sophie on the shot. Sophie misses that shot, but she's fouled, and so Sophie will be stepping up to the free throw line, and she will be taking a pair. That foul on Clark for Nova Village. First shot, no good for Sophie. After this game, we'll have a 6th grade game. It'll be the Cincy Royals versus Ohio Extreme right here on GBA TV. It is the Capital Classic. Jeremy Scott here at courtside alongside Kayla Cazell. Shout out to the people making it happen as Sophie converts on that free throw. On the administrative end, all the Fergusons, Jeff, John, and Bill, as well as Caleb Graham and Luke Hutchison as well. Bounce pass over to Nwoke. And there's a tie-up. And it will remain at this end. Nova will control. Inbounds it comes. And that's Riley. Getting it off to Nwoke. Over to Dunn. Back into the corner. That is Riley. Riley passing over to the elbow. And there's a 2-point look. That's an air ball, and that's taken down by Sophie. Sophie then having it stolen away, putting it back up. That's no good for Riley. And it's OSP who gets it back. And then there's a foul. That's going to be a foul on Nova. And that'll be on Ezram. Ezram will be called with that foul. And stolen away by Riley. Riley on the drive, Riley on the shot. Riley is good to make it 12-8. Ava giving it off. And over it comes, and then getting fouled is Caitlin. And that's the 5th Nova foul. And I think they got Nwoke with that one. And that'll be Sophie inbounding, and she does. And then there's a loose ball. Tie up. There's a shot, that's up, that's no good, and it's rebounded on the offensive glass. That's no good.
Go now. Deasia and Ava. Stop.
And taking a seat here for OSP will be Ava and Deasia. As inbounds it comes, there's a shot that's up. Wide open look for Becca, does not fall. And it's Nova who ends up with it, and then it's stolen away, stolen back by Nevaeh. Nevaeh's got it for OSP. Nevaeh is going to get fouled in the paint. She hits the deck pretty hard. With 5:01 to play here in the first half, it is 12-8. And that is the 6th team foul on Nova Village. As Sophie gets it back on the inbounds. And they're going to say that she stepped on the boundary line there, and it's going to come back to Nova. That's done. Getting it over to Rankin. Rankin looking for somebody to pass it to. Passing it outside to Dunn. And then there's a foul on OSP. And that'll be their 5th. As checking back in for Nova Village is Myers. And it'll be Rankin to take a seat, as well as Nwoke. So Dunn steps up to the free throw line. And on the first shot, she is no good. Dunn stepping back up to the foul line. No good on that shot, and it's pulled down by Morgan. Morgan's got it for OSP. Morgan up ahead. Morgan down low, and she was trying to find Nevaeh, and Nevaeh got bumped into pretty hard, and that's going to be a foul on Nova Village, and that should be a 1-and-1. That's the 7th team foul on them. And that'll be a foul on OSP. That's on Becca. As up ahead it comes. Nova back on offense, and that's going to be a travel. That's going to be a travel on Myers. As OSP inbounds. That's Ava who will bring the ball down the floor for OSP. She gets up ahead to Nevaeh. Nevaeh down low underneath. That's a shot that's up, and that is good for Caitlin. Caitlin now with 7 points to make it 14-8 with 4 minutes to go in this first half. 3-point attempt for Nova. That's up. That's no good. That's pulled down by Caitlin. Up ahead to Nevaeh. Nevaeh's going to push it down the floor. It's 3-on-1 right now. Nevaeh down low. That's up. That's no good. Rebounded by Ava, who puts it up, and she is fouled on her way up. And so it'll be Ava stepping up to the free throw line, looking for her first points of the ball game.
Ava, arm in.
And they're telling her to back up a little bit. It's hard to see the tape put down there for the foul lines. We've seen that a couple of times today. So they get her lined up and squared away. She takes the first shot in. It's no good.
Hey, come on. You got this, Ava.
As Bradley checks in for Nova Village, Dunn will sit. Second shot is no good for Ava. And offensive rebound. OSP on the reverse layup. That's taken away by Nova. It's Bradley pushing it down the floor. Bradley overcomes down low. That's a shot that's up in. That is no good, but getting fouled is Riley. And so Riley will be stepping up to the free throw line, and she will be attempting 2. Bradley at the line. No good on the first. Riley. He is not able to connect on the second, so Riley goes 0 of 2 that trip to the line, and there's a foul. That's going to be a foul on Nova, so this is going to be a 1-and-1 forthcoming. As Ava is getting ready to take this 1-and-1. As DeAsia checks back into the ballgame for OSP, and taking a seat will be Caitlin. Caitlin, a well-deserved breather for her. She's got half of her team's points. She's got 7 of the 14 for OSP, as the first foul shot rims in there for Ava, making it a 15-8 ballgame. And I think the teams, for some reason, thought that it was a 2-shot situation, and that was the second shot. No, that was the 1-and-1. So she does get the bonus here.
You got this, Ava.
Her team leading by 7. It's 15-8. Second shot is good for Ava. Swishes that one home. It's 16-8. Nova back on offense. Pushing the ball down the floor. And it's going to go off of the knee of Riley. They're going to say that was just good defense. And so OSP has it back. Inbounds comes to Ava. To Morgan. A little bit of a press here, and this is working for Nova, and there's a tie-up. And the jump ball favors Nova, so Nova gets it back. We're at 3 minutes, 9 seconds to go here in the first half. 16-8 the score. OSP doubling up Nova as of right now. Inbounds it comes, and it's stolen away by DeAsia. DeAsia's got it back for OSP. Up ahead with it, loose ball. It's Ava who ends up with it, putting it up and in. 18-8 is the score. It is a 10-point lead for OSP. On the Nova end, 3-point attempt will not fall. And out of bounds it goes, and that's going to go off of Nova and back to OSP. We're at 2 minutes, 45 seconds left to play in the first half. 18-8, OSP with the big lead over Nova as of right now. Looking for more. That's Ava. Ava passing it out to Morgan. I'm sorry, Sophie. That's Sophie, and then it's taken away by Nova. Nova gets it back. That's Bradley. Bradley over to Myers. Myers trapped on the baseline, and she will be fouled. That's going to be a foul. And I tell you, Becca does not look very happy about that call whatsoever, but that's going to be a foul on OSP, and that'll be their 8th. And so Myers will be stepping up to the free throw line with a chance to cut this to a single-digit lead here for OSP. As Caitlin gets ready to check back in, and will, for Becca, who just got called for that foul. And that is Myers who will take these free throws. Myers at the line. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good, making it 18-9. Myers getting ready to take the second shot and not able to connect. Pulled down by Caitlin. That is Sophie. Sophie over to Ava. To Caitlin and down low, and Caitlin not able to handle the pass. Out of bounds it goes, and back to Nova with a little over 2 minutes to go here in the first half. 8th grade game between OSP 21 and Nova Village. At the foul line, that shot short and rebounded by Ava. Ava's got it back for OSP. Ava pushing it down the floor. Ava's going to pull up. Ava over to Deasia from the foul line. That's a shot that's up, that's short, and that's rebounded by Nova, and that's going to be a foul. That's going to be a push on Deasia. And so Nova's going to go back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. As that shot is no good. And that's going to be a foul on Nova. And it'll be on Myers. And Ava, who is 2 of 4 from the line, is going to go back there right now. Her team leading by 9, 18-9. Ava's first shot, no good. Offensive rebound, and there's Deasia to clean things up. Back outside to Nevaeh. Up top, that's Sophie for 3. That's going to be short, and that's going to be tracked down by Ava. Another offensive rebound here for OSP. Down low, into the post, putting it up, and no good is Caitlin. Deasia there for an offensive putback. That's no good, and there's a travel, and that's going to be on Nova because hitting the deck with it was Ezram, and she moved while she was on the floor with the ball, and it's going to come back to OSP. Sophie on the inbounds pass. That's to Caitlin with a hook shot. That's no good, and that's taken by Deasia. Another offensive rebound here for OSP. Then it's stolen away by Nova. Nova on the steal, and then Sophie there to contest things, and she gets the ball back, and out of bounds it goes, and it will remain OSP ball. Sophie on the inbounds pass to Ava. And it's going to come back. Ava not able to handle that one cleanly, and so Nova gets it back. That's Dunn. Dunn is going to be fouled. That's the 10th foul on OSP. So it's 2 shots from here on out for the rest of this half for Nova Village. So 2-shot opportunity for Dunn. Dunn has made 2 from the line, but she's missed more than she's made here so far in the first half. First shot for Dunn is no good. Sub in for Nova Village is Clark, and the sub out will be Rankin. Dunn. Second shot is no good, and tracked down by Ava. Ava, up ahead it comes. Down low. That's Caitlin, who was not able to put it back, but she got fouled on her way up, and so Caitlin's going to go back to the free throw line, and Caitlin will be shooting 2. So 2-shot situation here for Caitlin, who was 1 of 2 from the charity stripe in the first half. Caitlin not able to connect on the front end. We're at 41 seconds to go here in the first half. Caitlin able to extend this to a double-digit advantage once again for OSP. It is 19-9. And Caitlin now with 8 points on the afternoon. Shot is up, and that's good. That falls for Myers. So it's back to an 8-point lead. It is 19-11. Up ahead it comes to Deasia, and it's through her hands and back to the hands of Clark. Clark's got it back. Clark over to Dunn. Dunn, bounce pass. And that is Ezram who lost it, and back into the hands of Deasia, and up ahead to Ava. Up ahead to Caitlin. Caitlin on the drive with a shot. That's no good, and it's taken by Bradley. And that will do it for the first half with the score 19-11. OSP leading Nova Village. We'll be back. It's GBA TV. back to the action here on GBA TV. The score, OSP 19, Nova 11. It's Jeremy Scott here at courtside, and it is OSP's ball to start things off. That's Selena. Down low, that's Caitlin, who tries to save it from going out of bounds and does, but it ends up in the hands of a Nova player, and back they come on offense now. That's Dunn. Dunn pushing it down. She's trying to find Nwoke, and out of bounds it goes a little too far out in front of Nwoke, so it's going to come back now to OSP, who leads it by 8. That'll be Sophie playing the point here for OSP to start things off. And she gets it over to Selena. Over it comes to Nevaeh. Nevaeh bounce pass, and that's stolen away to Riley. That was right into the hands of Riley, who was waiting for it. Riley back down the floor. Riley on the layup. It is good. Riley with 2 makes it 19-13. Up ahead it comes. That's to Caitlin. Gives it back to Nevaeh. Nevaeh. Bounce pass to Sophie. Sophie. Back to Nevaeh. Back to Sophie, and then stolen away by Riley. Riley's got a clean path to the bucket. She's going to lay it up, and she's going to miss on the lay-in. Offensive rebound. That putback is no good, and there's a tie-up for that loose ball, and it's OSP who ends up with it, but it's actually going to be a traveling violation on Selena because she hit the deck with the ball in her hands, and so it will go back to Nova Village. Taking a seat will be Nwoke. Coming back in will be Bradley for Nova. And that'll be Riley to inbound, and she does. That is over to Myers. Myers with a shot. That's up. That's no good, and it comes into the waiting arms of Sophie. So Sophie's got it back for OSP. Pushing the ball down the floor is Sophie, and she's looking for somebody to pass to. She's pressed, and she gets it ahead to Becca. Becca's got to get it into the front court, and does, and she gets it ahead to Morgan. Morgan, who's got it now in the short corner. Morgan is going to be fouled. That's going to be a foul on Nova, and that is the first foul on either squad. That's a foul on Bradley, so that's the first team foul on either side, and OSP gets it back. That is Sophie. Over comes to Becca, down low, and she's trying to find Selena, and out of bounds it's going to go, and back to Nova Village. Actually going to come back to OSP here, and there's a shot that's up, and that's good for Sophie. So it's back up to an 8-point advantage. It's 21-13. And that's Bradley for 3, no good. And out of bounds it goes, and back to OSP. So off that air ball from Bradley, it is once again OSP's ball. And we're through the first 2 minutes of this second half. It's an 8-point advantage for OSP. Selena up ahead with it. Selena into the paint. She's going to give it off. Nice pass to Caitlin, who puts it up and in for 2. And now it's a 10-point advantage, 23-13. Back ahead. That's Selena. Lays it up. That's no good. Misses on the lay-in, and then she commits the foul on Riley. And so that's the first OSP foul of this half. And checking back in will be Deasia as well as Ava. And taking a seat will be Becca as well as Sophie. Long three-point attempt on that end, and that is good for Dunn. And she makes it 23-16. That is Selena. Selena has it stripped out of her hands. Back comes Nova. That's Dunn on the steal. Dunn is going to pull up, push it outside. Three-point attempt. That's going to be short. And that's taken down by Selena, who is fouled. Selena fouled underneath the hoop. That's the second foul on Nova Village of the half. As Nevaeh will check back into the ball game, and taking a seat will be Selena. As Morgan gets ready to inbound this ball. Up ahead it comes to Caitlin. She gives it off to Nevaeh. Nevaeh is going to get it back to Caitlin on the low post, who loses it. Then it ends up in the hands of Deasia, who puts it in. 25-16 is the score. as Nova takes back over on offense. That's over to Ezram. Ezram looking for somebody to pass it to. And that's going to be a timeout that's called by Nova Village with 10:32 left to go here in the second half. The score, OSP 25, Nova Village 16. We'll be back. It's GBA TV. Inbounds it comes. Down low. That's another block there by OSP, who ends up with it. And then Nova gets it back and tied up. And I think they're going to get a foul there. That's going to be a foul on Morgan.
How many is that?
And that'll be Sophie getting ready to check back into the ball game here for OSP. And she'll be coming in for Morgan. I just heard them say that's 3 on Morgan, so she'll sit because obviously they want to preserve here. By the way, we are in the second half. And there's a 3-point attempt. That's up. That's no good, and that's pulled down by Sophie. So Sophie's got it back for OSP. And then getting fouled is Ava, and that's the 3rd on Nova Village. And that'll be Sophie playing the point. She's guarded by Riley. Over it comes to Nevaeh. Little bounce pass over to Ava on the right wing. Ava trapped over there. Down low, that's Caitlin who puts it up and in for 2. Caitlin for 2 more makes it an 11-point game. OSP 27, Nova 16. And that's done. Playing the point. She's guarded by Nevaeh. She cuts by Nevaeh, and it's Bradley who ends up with it. She kicks it over. That's a 2-point shot. That's no good. Follow-up attempt. That's no good. And it is Dunn who ends up with it. So a couple of offensive boards here. Dunn's going to attempt a 3, and that's going to fall short. DeAsia ends up with it, and then she loses it. She loses it to Ezram. And there's a tie-up, and the jump ball situation will favor Nova. And I guess they're waiting to get this ball back. It rolled down to the other court. And it is Nova's ball. All right. 9:12 to go here in the second half. It's an 11-point ball game, 27-16, as Nova has it on offense. There's a shot from the elbow. That's up. That's no good, and that's going to be taken on the offensive side. That one's partially blocked, and it's pulled down by Sophie. Sophie's got it here for OSP. Sophie being guarded by Bradley. Up ahead to Ava. Ava trying to find Sophie, and Ava's going to get fouled. That's the 4th foul on Nova Village. So inching closer and closer to foul shots is OSP. Sophie inbounds it to Ava. Ava on the baseline is going to get fouled, and so Ava is going to step up to the free throw line because of that 5th foul on Nova Village. So far today, Ava is 2 of 5 from the foul line. That foul on Riley as Ava's first foul shot rims in. 28-16. Dozen-point lead here for OSP as Clark checks in and Ezram sits out for Nova Village. Ava's second shot rims in. She used all that rim. It doesn't matter. All that matters is that it went in, and now it's a 29-16 lead as we have got 3 in, 3 out here for OSP. Nova back on offense, trailing by 13. This is the largest lead of the ball game for OSP. That is Dunn playing the point. She's guarded by Selena. And Selena's going to get called for a reach in, and that's the third team foul on OSP for this half. Nova on the inbounds. There's a drive, there's a shot. Shot no good. Pulled down on the offensive glass. And I think that's going to be a walk. They're going to get Riley, who rebounded that ball, for a walk. She rebounded it, and then she walked with it. And so it's going to come back to OSP. And Selena's going to take a seat. And I do believe that was Becca who checked back in for OSP, who leads by 13. Ava on the drive. That's to Nevaeh. Nevaeh's going to pull up for 3, and that's not going to bank in there. And that's pulled down by Nova. And that's Bradley on the rebound. Bradley pushing it down. Bradley over to Riley. Riley into the paint. Riley on the shot. Riley no good. Riley fouled. Riley's going to go to the free throw line for 2. Riley so far today 0 for 2 from the charity stripe. Her team down by 13. It's 29-16. First shot for Riley is good. So now the score 29-17. Second free throw forthcoming for Riley. Riley at the line. No good on the second attempt. And rebounded defensively by Ava. So Riley 1 of 2 that trip to the line. And that is Morgan. Morgan bouncing it over to Nevaeh. Outside to Ava. Ava finds Becca down low. Becca gets fouled, and so Becca's going to go to the free throw line now. Becca has not scored yet today. This will be her first trip to the free throw line. And that'll be a foul on Clark. They got Clark for that push. And so Becca steps up to the free throw line. First shot is short. Becca. Second free throw attempt. Long off the back of the iron, and then it's saved by Ava. Good job by her to tip that over to Nevaeh, who puts it up and in. Nevaeh with her first 2. 31-17. It's a 14-point lead for OSP. And on the other end, that's Riley. Has it stolen away there by Morgan. Morgan down the floor. Morgan loses it out of bounds, and that's going to come back to Nova. And I'll tell you what, she had 2 people up ahead. If she could have gotten a clean handle on that, she had 2 teammates wide open who were going towards the bucket. And there's a timeout on the floor. 7 minutes, 7 seconds left to go in the second half. It's 31-17. OSP leads Nova, and we'll be back here at the Capitol Classic on GBA TV. And back to the action here with the score OSP 31, Nova 17. Jeremy Scott here at courtside. This 8th grade battle at the Capitol Classic. There's a look. That's up. That's no good. And that's pulled down by Ava. Ava up ahead to Nevaeh, and then it's knocked out of bounds, and that's going to go off of Myers. That went off of Myers' stomach and out of bounds, and so it's going to come back to OSP on offense. Inbounds it comes. That is Ava. Ava over to Nevaeh. Bounce pass to Deasia. She puts it up. That's no good, and it goes out of bounds, and I do believe that Becca is the one who swatted that out of bounds. Instead of going for the rebound, she just kind of swatted it out of bounds, and so there's a whistle.
Deasia, are you good? You good?
Okay. So, not sure why that gameplay was stopped, but it was. But we resume gameplay now. Nova on offense, trailing 14. Nevaeh guarding number 23, Dunn. And that is over to Myers. Myers gets it over to Ezram. Ezram, pump fake, shot, good. Ezram with her first two of the ball game, 31-19. That's Deasia. Deasia up ahead. That's Morgan, and she has it knocked out of bounds, and that's going to go off of Nova. And inbounding it will be OSP. That'll be Sophie to do the inbound work here. And she finds Caitlin. Caitlin spins into the lane, puts it up with the left hand. That's no good. She gets her own rebound, kicks it out to Sophie. That's for three. That does not fall. And it's Caitlin who tracks it down, but it's into the waiting arms of Myers for Nova. Back comes Nova Village on offense. They trail by a dozen. It's 31-19. 5 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the second half. Down low, that's Ezram. Ezram has it blocked by Caitlin. Good defense there on the part of Caitlin to get her hand up there and swat that ball away to make Nova Village work a little bit harder for this. Rankin to inbound it. She does to Dunn. Dunn drives, Dunn shoots, Dunn scores. 31-21. It's a 10-point lead now. That's inbounds to Sophie. To Selena. Up ahead to Ava. Ava. Little bounce pass. Almost stolen away. It's Caitlin who gets it back to Ava. She gives it off to Selena. Selena in the paint, and Selena is fouled. That's going to be a foul on Nova Village. That's their 7th team foul, and that's going to be a foul on Nwoke. Nwoke is the one who's called for that foul, and it'll be Selena stepping up to the free throw line for the first time today. She's got 2 points. Selena's first shot is good. Second shot forthcoming for Selena. This shot is good. So, OSP finds itself leading by a dozen once again, 33-21. We're at just a little over 5 minutes to go here in the second half. It's Myers giving it off to Ezram. Ezram into the lane. Ezram has it stolen away by Ava. Pushing the ball down the floor is Ava. Ava's going to pull up. Ava's going to give it off to Sophie. Sophie will take a wide open three. Look, and it's good! 36-21 the score. 15-point advantage for OSP. Long three-point look there, and that's no good for Ezram, and it's going to go out of bounds, and that was just a misfire, and OSP did not get its hand on it, so it's going to go back to OSP. Inbounds it comes, and it's going to go through Ava's arms, and it's going to go right back to Nova. So, errant inbound pass gives the ball back to Nova Village, who trails by 15. And that'll be Rankin to take the ball out of bounds for Nova Village. Rankin inbounds it to Riley. Riley is going to lose it, and it's going to be Caitlin who ends up with it. Outlet pass up ahead to Selena. Very nice pass. Selena down low. Selena on the drive, and Selena's going to get fouled pretty hard. And I do believe that Selena and Rankin are both okay. It was just kind of a hard foul there, but that is the 8th foul on Nova Village, so Selena's going to step up to the free throw line. Selena so far today, 2 of 2 from the foul line with a chance to extend her team's 15-point lead. First shot for Selena is no good. Second shot for Selena. That one falls. So Selena 1 for 2. She's 3 of 4 overall from the foul line, and she extends that OSP lead to 16. It's 37-21. On the other end, they thought that there was a whistle at this game. It was actually on the other floor, so that was just a steal by OSP. No foul called whatsoever. Up ahead to DeAsia. DeAsia gets it across half court. DeAsia looking down low to Caitlin. Caitlin trying to spin, and she's going to get tied up, and that's a tie-up by Riley. And the jump ball will favor OSP. So OSP will keep this ball. They lead it by 16, and we're at 3 minutes, 46 seconds left to go here in the second half. Timeout on the floor. We'll be back here on GBA TV. And Sophie to inbound. Boy, I tell you, that was a nifty little play there. Just didn't connect for Selena, but I love the play call there. Up ahead it comes for Nova. Nova on the drive. That's up. That's no good. And offensive rebound, putting it back up. That's no good. Put back opportunity. That is good. Riley 4-2 makes it 37-23. DeAsia gets it across the timeline. Has it knocked out of bounds, and boy, I tell you what, that was a good play there by Riley. She just wasn't able to corral that. Had she been able to, she may have had an easy path to the bucket, but goes out of bounds, and OSP keeps it. Selena down low to DeAsia. DeAsia, double teamed. DeAsia finds Sophie. Sophie, that's a 2-point look, and that's good. So 2-point shot for Sophie makes it 39-23. Myers for 2. No good, out of bounds. And, well, nope, it's saved. Good job there by Nova to save that, and there's a foul. So, who's going to go to the free throw line? That's going to be Dunn. She's been there a lot today. And that's the 15th foul on OSP. I counted that as a 2-point bucket. Let's see. Yes, they agree with me. That is a 2-point bucket. So, I always love it when the official scores and I agree. So 39-23 is the score, as Dunn misfires on that foul shot attempt. Second shot coming up here for Dunn. And it's no good. And that's going to go out of bounds. That's up ahead to Selena. Selena up to DeAsia. And DeAsia puts it up and in there for 2. DeAsia's got 8 points. The score, 41-23. 18-point lead for OSP. Largest lead of the game. On the other end, that's blocked by Caitlin. Caitlin just blocked that Riley shot. Up ahead comes OSP. Sophie down low. That's to Caitlin. She puts it up, and it's a 20-point lead for OSP. 43-23 is the score. So this will be a running clock until Nova can put points on the board. And that's Rankin with it. Rankin outside to Nwoke. That's over to Myers. Myers with the shot. That's up. That's no good. That's taken by Sophie. Sophie on the defensive glass. Outlet pass up ahead to Selena. Selena is going to take it herself. Nope, she's going to give it off at the last second to Caitlin, who puts it up, and Caitlin puts it in there. 45-23, 22-point lead for OSP with 1 minute and 35 seconds left in the second half. OSP pulling away here at the end. Nova on offense. There's a shot. That's up. That's no good. That was Dunn on that shot. And Dunn is able to track down. Good job by her to track that ball down. And then it's poked out of bounds by OSP. 3 in, 3 out here for OSP. 3 in, 3 out for Nova as well. So all kinds of substitutions taking place. And that'll give me a chance to remind you that coming up here on GBA TV, a 6th grade battle between the Cincy Royals and the Ohio Extreme. And that'll follow this game immediately right here on GBA TV. But we still have a little under a minute to go in this one. As Nova, it's Ezram. Try to put some more points on this board before the game ends. And it ends up in Ezram's hand. She puts it up. That's no good. And there's a hard foul as Morgan tracked down that rebound. And then that's going to be a hard foul on Clark. And that's the 9th Nova Village foul. And it is a 1-and-1. And so Morgan will be taking these free throw attempts. Morgan has not scored yet today. Morgan has not been to the free throw line either. As a timeout is called by Nova with 13 seconds left, they call a timeout. And we'll be back on GBA TV. And back to the action here. As Morgan not able to connect on that free throw. And the clock continues to run. 8 seconds, 7 seconds, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And that will do it for this one with the final OSP 45, Nova 23 in this 8th grade battle here at the Capital Classic on the campus of Capital University. We'll be back with a 6th grade game between the Cincy Royals and Ohio Extreme right here on GBA TV. Stick around.